Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that Wall and Westbrook is a possibility. That's what I'm hearing. Um, I don't know what. This is the thing. So the proposed deal that we spoke about yesterday in regards to the Cleveland Cavaliers stated that they will be willing to possibly part ways with Cedi Osman, Kevin Love's contract, and Colin Sexton, who's going to be hurt for the year. But the Lakers would ultimately like to bring in and have him ready as a piece for next season and maybe sign him long term. Or the plan would be to sign him long term, is what was reported. So if the deal in place is as I last heard it, the thing that was holding it up from the Cleveland standpoint is they didn't really want Westbrook. They would much rather have John Wall. So if we could parlay Westbrook somewhere else and get them John Wall, they would give us that package if the reports that I read were true. It seems like they came from credible sources as well. So the last thing I just heard right now is that Wall for Westbrook is a possibility. So if Wall for Westbrook is a possibility, then obviously we could do the Cleveland deal and just send his butt on to Cleveland and get back those three players. I like John Wall. If we decided not to do a deal with Cleveland and keep John Wall, I'm not against holding on to John Wall because I think John Wall's ready to go. He's been healthy for a while now. We've seen him be back from those injuries a little bit, and I know the reason why he hasn't been out there is because of the presence of KBJ and those young players that don't really fit his timeline. They're trying to keep him healthy. They don't want to risk him getting hurt again. But the reality is he's ready to go, and he's been ready to go all season. So he just needs to find a home, and I think that he's a better fit for us to Russell Westbrook in some ways. He's going to facilitate better. He plays much better defense. He's not quite as explosive as Russell is, but it's going to translate just the same if we were to bring him in, because what you would have is somebody who could kind of settle down more, less turnovers, better shooting percentages. So yeah, John Wall is definitely a player that I think fits our roster a little better. Obviously Westbrook's better historically. Westbrook's more healthy historically, which is a very important aspect of the situation for me, bringing in John Wall's contract, which is pretty much a duplicate of Russell Westbrook's. So I don't know if that's addition by subtraction necessarily, more so you just saying I'd prefer John Wall, as to which I would say I don't know that to be the case really, because John Wall, again, you're dealing with health issues. At least with Russell Westbrook, for better or for worse, you expect him to be out there. So that matters, and it matters a lot given what we got going on. So I don't want John Wall, but that Cleveland package does seem pretty decent to me. Because it just gives us more players. And for us, more players means more assets, meaning we could turn Cedi Osman into a second-round pick. We could turn Kevin Love. Well, we can't do nothing with Kevin Love. That's the salary right there. But then we can have a young bull, Colin Sexton, coming back from injury next season as a guy who's going to be ascending into a star-level athlete if he comes back 100%, as to which I don't have any belief that he won't. He's young enough. That knee injury should be recoverable. So, either way, the Lakers are talking about bringing in a hurt point guard in this deal. And, yeah, a part of me thinks that is something we should at least think about a little more. I do support it ultimately, though, or at least I did yesterday in when I was going through it and thinking through it. But I just think that Russell's health is not a problem. That's the bottom line. His health ain't a problem. So, being that we're a team that needs more, now we might want to think about that as we make our deal. So, but then again, if you're going to follow me and I'm going to stay consistent, I believe that the season is a wash, as to which we need play pieces that'll help us maybe in the summertime and beyond. So I guess for me, I'm kind of on the fence. Don't really know what the right move is, because everything doesn't look great. It's all just okay. I'll take your trash for my you take your trash, you take my trash, that kind of thing. And it's like, you're not gonna love the deal you get back. So I think that's the most important thing to remember. If we had something desirable, we would be taking back something desirable. But since we don't have anything desirable, we got to take back stuff that's not so desirable. You got to pick what trash you'd rather have, the trash you have or the trash you can get. So I look at it as there's more assets in the package that comes back to us with the Cleveland deal if we were to do it. Russell is a non-factor in terms of we can barely get rid of him now. John Wall will be the exact same thing. If something goes wrong with his knee, that contract is even worse than Russell's. So we want more assets and we want some flexibility. Now, flexibility is not on the table because we're going to get a salary dump in the situation no matter what. So we are not helping our cap situation. What you do, as I said, bring in more pieces that you can cut up into more assets. So 3 is better than 1, especially if that 1 is something you can't unload or do anything with. So then it just becomes one question. Are you sure you want to trade Russell Westbrook? That's literally the only question left to ask. And are you sure you're going to be settled with what you're bringing back and consider it better than Russell Westbrook? Those are the questions. The answer to the first question is absolutely. And the second question, Russell Westbrook at his best is much better than all 3 of those guys today, because Sexton's not going to play, so that he doesn't count. Kevin Love is great, but he's not going to play any defense whatsoever. Neither is Russell Westbrook. So I don't know. I mean, who would you rather have, Kevin Love or Russell Westbrook? I think history tells us Russell Westbrook's going to play more, so it's definitely Westbrook. But then you add C.D. Osman to that. C.D. Osman's a nice role player. Average, but good average, not bad average. So that's an asset. Like I said, I can turn him into a second-round pick in the summertime, like right away. You know what I mean? Definitely can do that. So, it is what it is. As I work it out in my head, I just say, nothing's really great about any of this. But what you do hope is that the Los Angeles Lakers are able to settle in on getting some assets that they can parlay into something that is flexible for us. And I think the Cleveland package gives us a path to that. And I don't think that we're going to get too many packages better than the Cleveland package, which is why I'm not thinking too much about where else we can go. We kind of just need to either say yes or say no. But understand, if you say no, it might not be no more offers to get Westbrook off of you. So you might want to take whatever you can get to get him out of here. Unless what you're bringing back is worse. So see, that's the decision you have to make. So it is what it is. We broke it down here, as you can see, the last 7 minutes. And I'm just hopeful the Lakers make the right decision, And I second guess myself a bit because I supported the last decision to bring in Russell Westbrook. So I'm not really sure, you know what I mean? It's one of those type of things. But at the end of the day, the Los Angeles Lakers must become flexible. They must get some assets, some picks, something. They have to do that for themselves, no matter what happens this season. So hopefully this can be a path to that. So that's what I got, man. My name is Video44. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.